Imagine walking through a remote African landscape and discovering what appears to be a dead bird turned into stone. Not a fossil, not a sculpture, a real animal, preserved so perfectly that it looks frozen in time. Nearby, the water glows red. The shoreline appears almost alien. And somehow, this same lake supports millions of living birds. How can one place seem both deadly and full of life at the same time? This is Lake Natron, and the truth behind its terrifying reputation is far stranger than the myth. Northern Tanzania is home to one of the most unusual lakes on Earth. Lake Natron sits within the East African Rift Valley, surrounded by volcanic landscapes and vast open plains. At first glance, it doesn't look welcoming. The water often appears deep red or orange. Salt crusts cover parts of the shoreline. The air shimmers under intense heat. To an explorer arriving here for the first time, the landscape feels almost otherworldly. And then there are the photographs, images that shocked people around the world. Birds, bats, small animals, appearing as if they had been transformed into stone statues, their bodies preserved in eerie poses. Some look as though they are still alive. Others appear frozen in the exact moment of death. When these images first spread online, many people reached the same conclusion. The lake must somehow turn animals into stone. It sounds impossible, yet the evidence seems to be right there in front of us. So where did these disturbing images come from? And is the lake really capable of turning living creatures into stone? The story gained worldwide attention through the work of photographer Andres? No, actually photographer Nick Brandt. While documenting wildlife in East Africa, Brandt discovered naturally preserved animals along the shores of Lake Natron. The scenes were unlike anything he had ever encountered. Birds appeared petrified. Bats looked almost sculpted. Their remains had become hard, dry, and remarkably intact. Brandt later photographed these animals in lifelike poses, creating some of the most haunting wildlife images ever published. The photographs quickly spread around the world. Articles claimed the lake turned animals into stone. Social media amplified the mystery, and before long, Lake Natron gained a reputation as one of the deadliest lakes on Earth. But scientists examining the phenomenon reached a different conclusion. The animals had not literally become stone. Something else was happening. Something equally fascinating. To understand the truth, we need to look at the water itself. And that's where the real mystery begins. Lake Natron is one of the most alkaline lakes on Earth. Its water contains extremely high concentrations of sodium carbonate and other dissolved minerals. The same compounds once used in ancient Egyptian mummification. As water enters the lake, intense heat causes rapid evaporation. The minerals become increasingly concentrated. In some areas, the lake's pH can exceed 10. That is an environment harsh enough to irritate skin, damage eyes, and prove lethal to many forms of life. When animals die in or near the lake, the mineral-rich water can coat and preserve their bodies. Soft tissues dry out. Decay slows dramatically. The remains become hardened and mummified, not turned into stone, but preserved in a way that creates the illusion of petrification. The photographs were real. The preservation was real. But the explanation was different from the myth. Science had solved one mystery, yet another question remained. If the lake is so hostile, why is it filled with life? Why would millions of birds choose to live here? The answer reveals a remarkable twist. To most animals, Lake Natron is a dangerous place. But for one species, it is paradise. The lesser flamingo. Every year, vast numbers of flamingos gather around the lake. From above, the shoreline can appear pink, not because of the water, but because of the sheer number of birds. Scientists estimate that roughly 75% of the world's lesser flamingo population depends on Lake Natron for breeding. That statistic alone makes this lake globally important. The question is why? Why choose one of the harshest environments on Earth? The answer is protection. Predators struggle to enter the shallow alkaline waters. Many animals simply cannot tolerate the conditions. The very chemistry that makes the lake dangerous creates a natural fortress around flamingo nesting sites. The flamingos have adapted. Most predators have not. And that gives the birds an extraordinary advantage. What appears deadly from one perspective becomes life-saving from another. Nature has transformed danger into protection. But that protection may not last forever, because the greatest threat to Lake Natron might not come from nature at all. For centuries, Lake Natron remained relatively isolated. Its harsh environment discouraged large-scale development. Its remote location limited human activity. But in the modern world, even remote places rarely stay untouched. The lake contains valuable mineral resources, particularly soda ash, an important industrial material used in glass production and manufacturing. Over the years, proposals have emerged to extract those resources. Supporters argue that development could bring economic benefits. Critics warn that disturbing the lake could threaten one of the most important flamingo breeding grounds on Earth. At the same time, climate change introduces additional uncertainty. Changes in rainfall patterns could alter water levels. Changes in temperature could affect lake chemistry. Even small environmental shifts may have significant consequences. The future of Lake Natron depends on decisions being made right now, not just in Tanzania, but across the world. Because some places are valuable not for what we can take from them, but for what they already provide. And Lake Natron may be one of those places, which leads to a larger realization. Perhaps we misunderstood the lake from the beginning. Most people first hear about Lake Natron because of death. The preserved animals, the frightening photographs, the stories of creatures turned into stone. But those stories reveal only part of the picture. The lake is not merely a trap. It is an ecosystem, a sanctuary, a place where extreme conditions create opportunities that would not exist anywhere else. To a visitor, it looks hostile. To a flamingo, it looks safe. To a scientist, it offers a rare glimpse into the complexity of natural systems. The deeper we look, the more the lake challenges our assumptions. And perhaps that is what makes it so extraordinary. Lake Natron doesn't actually turn animals into stone. The truth is more complicated and far more fascinating. A place famous for death has become one of the most important refuges for life. A reminder that nature rarely fits into simple categories. What appears dangerous can also be protective. What seems barren can also be essential. And sometimes, the world's greatest wonders are not the places that defy nature, but the places that reveal how nature truly works.